This is Katrina again with Tanner, and today we are demonstrating how to do the occult blood test, collecting the fecal sample, and we're just going through the details on how to do it, so we're not actually going to put anything on here. I'll just be explaining it. So what I would actually do first, I would wash my hands if I had some hand sanitizer, and I would make sure that I introduce myself to the patient and make sure that I have the correct patient as well. So, hi, how are you?
Hi.
Okay, my name is Katrina. I'll be your medical assistant. And what is your name?
Tanner, you got some really nice eyes.
Thank you. What is your last name?
Ford.
Okay, and your date of birth?
August 17th, 1980.
Okay. Have you ever taken a stool sample before? Okay, good. Then I'll explain the details for you. I filled out the front part for you, which just has your name, the address, your date of birth, phone number, and the date of collection. So I filled that out for you. It's just important that you wash your hands and that you make sure you don't have any, if you have hemorrhoids, that you're not bleeding, or if you have any cuts on your hands, they're not open cuts, because that can affect the results as well. So you want to make sure you wash your hands and that you don't have any sores or you're not bleeding at the time that you take the test. Also, you don't want to get this card wet. You want to keep it away from sunlight, fluorescent light, ultraviolet light. Keep it away from heat as well so it doesn't damage the sample.
Can't stick it in the pocket.
No, that wouldn't be a good idea since it has feces on it, so you may not want to do that.
Oh, the butt's really hot.
I'm sure it is. You also want to avoid certain foods and medications. So no red meat 1 day, 1 or 2 days prior to taking the test, and also during the test. You also want to stay away from anti-inflammatory drugs and no heavy doses of aspirin, things of that nature. And you want to make sure that you eat a lot of roughage, like fruits, vegetables. You also want to make sure that you stay away from certain foods like red meat, horseradish, turnips, broccoli, cauliflower, just to name a few. So, and also bran cereals will help you with high fiber will help you with the stool sample as well. So what you would actually do is you take your little spatula here, you take a thin smear of the stool sample and you smear it in the A spot, and then using the back you would take a smear from a different angle of the stool sample. You want to make sure it's very thin for both.
A different angle, or like the other side of the stool?
The other side of the stool. You don't want to swab it in both areas from the same stool sample. And then you just smear it in the B section there. So after you make sure you have it labeled, of course you would throw this in the garbage. You wouldn't put it down. You want to make sure it's closed.
Is it flushable?
I wouldn't flush it if I were you, unless you want to call it plumber. So you want to make sure that you keep this away from heat, light, and water. You close it. You want to make sure it's dry before you do that, and then you would send this off to your physician. Okay. So did you have any questions for me?
No, I wouldn't.
Thank you. So my hard work went down the toilet. What foods and medications need to be avoided previous to and while collecting the sample?
Bad medications that are good for collecting stool samples with, and radishes and red meat.
Mm-hmm. And I also mentioned aspirin. No anti-inflammatory drugs. Okay. No more than 250 milligrams. Also, how should you label the cards?
I assume in something that'll just get rubbed right off, so you can reuse it, save a little bit of money.
That would be sanitary, but that's okay. You want to make sure you label the front of it so it has all of your information on it. I don't think these would be reusable. That would just be gross, but okay. And what do you do with the cards when you're finished collecting the sample?
Probably put it in a brown paper bag, stick it on your neighbor's front porch and light it on fire and ring the doorbell.
You might go to jail for that, but I think the doctor needs to get it. That's more important instead of your neighbor. There you go. All
We're
right.
not good at this quiz thing.
Now, I just want to make sure you understand anything. Did you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, well, thank you. That has been our demonstration. Once again, another fun time on video of how to collect an occult blood test sample. Thank you. Bye.